I'm your ride home. Please stop feeding me alcohol.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Craft Beer Republic. Thanks for drinking. Thanks for joining. I am Greg. I'm being joined by the frostiest snowman in the entire Midwest, and that's Flexi.
Ironic you say that. We have like maybe a hair of snow on the ground.
Oh,
And that's,
well,
'cause
that's more
it's
than we
melting.
got.
It's been like 50 degrees here.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I'm currently wearing shorts right now.
I'm surprised you're wearing anything at that temperature.
You know what? I am still sweating my ass off. So,
That sounds right. That
who
sounds
knows?
about right.
Plenty of show, plenty of time to take my clothes off.
Oh, there's still time, and there's still dollar bills.
But not a nudist show.
Not yet. Give it time. And then trudging through the rain in this horrible California storm we have is everyone's favorite brewer, and that's Monica. What's happening?
Hi, thanks
Hi
for
there.
having me.
Thanks for swimming over.
Yeah, absolutely.
It rains in California, and people lose their shit.
People cannot drive. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
I saw it on Good Morning America. They're making like a huge deal of it. Is it that big of a deal?
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Things are flooding because we are not set up for that in California.
Yeah, we're very ill-prepared for
Yeah.
wetness here.
But it's not very much rain. Like if you were here, you'd be like, this is nothing.
Right.
But everything is flooding.
Okay.
Yeah, like people from Seattle probably are laughing at us hysterical. Like these little biatches can't handle a little bit of rain. The problem here is we're not prepared for it. Drains don't work, and then
Say
because it
drain
rained so
structures probably
yeah,
not built
Mhm.
with.
and it rained so hard a few
sufficient
weeks ago
drain.
that the ground's like still wet, and be like, oh my god, landslides are happening. It's like, yeah, because you build houses on the side of a fucking hill.
Yeah, that's not a smart thing to do. Like,
Yeah,
And
I'm
no
not a
one has all-weather
contractor.
tires here.
nobody
or an
does.
architect. That's not smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have faults and mudslides here. So why don't we build on the side of a hill? That'll be a great idea.
Bet it
Welcome to
looks
California.
bet it looks really fucking cool though before it falls down.
You're not wrong. But hey, not a property show here. Not a property show. We got a lot to get to today. The homie Chew, well, sort of called in. Somebody called in. Sounds a little like Chew. We got some booze news to get to and some post Super Bowl fallout. I don't want to talk about it.
We don't have to. It's not a sports show.
It's not a sports show. We're just going to talk about the beer side of it. But before we get to anything, Monica and I are drinking this delicious fucking beer over here. So let's talk about it. Those got real high with delicious.
Maybe you should have.
Delicious.
It's like, someone tried to steal me a pot of gold.
They're always after me, Lucky Charms. Ooh, evil shenanigans. That's my favorite. Super Troopers, anything? Thanks to my wife. Usually it's my wife who's stealing my beers. We're stealing her beers. We're drinking Three Weavers
Ooh.
Brewing Sun Trap. It's a session sour ale, 4.5%. No listed IBUs. A 3.62 on Untapped. They say, as days grow warmer and longer, Sun Trap pulls the craft beer lover into its powerfully refreshing orbit. Soured with lactobacillus and fermented with passion fruit puree. Passion fruit puree? Easy for you to say. Suntrap's tart and fruity flavors illuminate the palate. This 4.5 ABV quencher is finished with Mendocino sea salt and lemon peel for a lightly tart, bright, and refreshing sensation with every sip. From poolside hangouts to cookouts to porch sipping and hammock lounging, Suntrap shines at any summertime occasion. All right, less words, Three Weavers. I have a feeling she bought this when the weather was a little warmer and it spent some time in the fridge. But you know what? Still fucking delicious.
It's delicious. And I got every one of those notes.
Well, see, I'm really glad we have a brewer on because they said it's a
Me too.
session sour, right? Aren't all sours essentially session beers?
Not necessarily. A lot of the ones from the brewery are higher alcohol, right?
Yeah. Well, and you load them up with fruit puree and they
Right.
Yeah, and then they ferment out.
and-
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But all of the sours at Petals are around 4%. I like to keep them very low, but I mean,
Which is
some people are a little bit higher alcohol. You know?
I mean, I love session beers in general because when I go somewhere, I like to have maybe 2 or 3 and still drive home.
Yeah. I'm a lightweight, so I cannot have like an 8% sour to start my night.
It'll start and end your night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like being able to have a couple.
I guess I
of-
shouldn't have said all sours, by the way, too. I just mean like most of them. Because there are some of those
Yeah.
imperials and whatnot, but
Sure.
I feel like you get an average non-overfruited sour, and it's usually around that 4 to 4.5. So I don't know. It just kind of blew my mind that
How
they-
much was this one?
4.5
4.5?
on the dot.
Yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't guavas are making me thirsty like 4.2 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. You
yeah,
drink
which
them all
is,
day.
which is great.
You crush the shit out of them.
Yeah.
This is delightfully tart. It's giving me a little bit of that. So I apologize for any
Yeah.
mouth noises in advance, but
No
Really, really good.
apology necessary, Greg.
then some extra mouth noises for Flex.
Mm.
Taking notes for the next Goza over there.
I just brought out a sour actually.
Oh, I know. I'm
But
excited.
the Goza, I still want to redo that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
New fruit.
It's delicious.
New fruit, different day.
Yeah.
You just dropped a sour and you just dropped a coffee beer
hmm
with the homies over at CCR.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I haven't
California
tried either yet.
Coffee Republic.
Yes.
Yes.
They're the coffee I drink every morning. I was telling Will, the owner, that he has ruined Starbucks for me.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't fucking drink it
This
anymore.
coffee's that
Yeah.
good, really?
So
It's
good.
really good. You got to send some to Flex.
Yeah, I should send you a bag of coffee.
It will ruin you.
Yeah. We had like 2 bags, and then we were at Starbucks one day just getting our huge, and we just get coffee from Starbucks. We don't get anything crazy. And Shannon and I both, same day, got Starbucks separately on our way to work. And she texted me later that day. She's like, "Did you get Starbucks?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Did it taste like shit?" I was like, "Did yours? We went to different Starbucks. Like, what's
Yeah.
going on?"
It's because they're burnt as fuck.
Yeah,
Like
that's
the
exactly
beans
what it
are
is.
burnt as fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't know that coffee could taste like fruit and delightfulness until CCR.
Yeah. Well, when we did the collab with 14 RIP 14 Cannons, Will brought over his Will brought over coffee. He brought over options,
hmm
and he was teaching us like all about cupping and getting the notes. It was like
Cupping,
a
I think I know what that is.
yeah, different thing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was like having a sommelier for coffee. It was great.
Will is a sommelier for coffee.
Yeah, he's super
He's
nerdy.
incredible.
Is there a word for that, or is it just barista?
There's gotta be.
There must be. I mean, we have Cicerone
Yeah.
for beer, sommelier for wine. We should come up with one like roastier.
Roastier.
I don't know. But the guy who
I
roasts the
got
coffee, not bad
nothing on
either.
this, yeah.
Yeah, that
Come on,
guy's
Flex.
pretty cool.
Yeah. He's fun. He's a cool guy. All right. Enough about this. Let's talk about a little beer. Monica, Super Bowl football fan? Did you watch any?
I did not.
Okay. That's what I thought. I cried throughout the Super Bowl. We looked.
Like, actually cried?
No, actually, I was afraid Nick was going to cry and maybe throw a table at one point. He had pounded it. I mean, like, Nick, correct me, but you had to have at least like 9 beers throughout the course of the game. And then he decided, one of the guys that was over there, his neighbor, Bob, he decided that the 49ers were only playing good while Bob was drinking. So if Bob ever finished a beer, he'd be like, "Hey, Nicole, Bob needs a beer." Bob would be like, I'm
I
fine.
don't need
I'm
a beer.
good.
Thank you.
Shut the fuck up, Bob. You need a beer. So good. Didn't help. Niners lost.
Nick is very convincing.
He is very convincing. So, but any favorite commercials? You guys seen the Super Bowl commercials? Did you like see them afterwards? No.
The
Black?
only reason I watched the Super Bowl was to see the debut of the Deadpool 3 trailer.
Mhm.
Yes.
And it wasn't even a trailer. It was like a 30-second tidbit to tell you to go online
Right.
to watch the trailer, which then I did. And then I was pretty happy.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Did you see the State Farm commercial with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito?
No.
That was pretty funny.
No, see, I missed that too.
Oh, there's also a Mountain Dew commercial. Hey, we're talking about a Mountain Dew before the show. With
Hmm.
Aubrey Plaza and Nick
Oh,
Offerman.
I
Nick
saw
Offerman,
that
I
one.
did see that
so
one.
good.
Yeah.
I love Aubrey Plaza.
She's the
and
best.
Nick Offerman at the end was so good.
And they got him to laugh, which always makes me giggle.
Yes.
So, all right. So that was good. Did anybody try the released just for the Super Bowl? We were supposed to talk about this last show, and I totally forgot to add it to the list. Truly, the seltzer dropped a hot wing sauce hard seltzer.
Really?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I might have sought that out.
Really?
Yeah.
Desperation is a stinky cologne.
Well, just because it's so out there.
That
It's not-
cannot
it's not like-
be good.
No,
It's not
it's
like some
impossible.
$60 Dorito vodka.
Oof,
Ugh.
You know,
you're not wrong there.
It's just
That's also a
little-
real thing.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Ugh.
Actually, it's not a vodka because they can't decide what alcohol it is. It's just fermented something.
fermented nacho cheese.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's not a.
I wish everyone could have seen Monica's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Ugh.
pretty nasty.
not a Dorito show. But beyond that, pizza and beer and hot dogs, not cheap when you're at the stadium. So I pulled up a list of prices if you were at the
Ooh.
Super Bowl, and I was surprised. So like a slice of pizza, $14. Stadium price, not the worst.
That's a lot of money.
That is.
I mean, it's a lot, but popcorn, $15 for popcorn, but $3 for refills. So if you just like share with your entire
Well,
section,
is it like a souvenir bucket then?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Pretzels were $6.
That's not
Nacho.
bad.
This was surprisingly low. Nachos, $3. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have ate nachos all night long.
Me too.
Been just fat on nachos.
Yep.
Bag of chips was $3. Beer. I thought, all right, beer was going to be $20 plus.
Yeah.
No, for just your domestics, Coors, Bud, all that stuff, $14. That's better than Dodger Stadium.
It is. It's better than pretty much every stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Pretty up there from us, but we're also
Yeah, you're a little-
we have
Yeah.
reasonable beer prices, I guess.
Must be nice.
Yeah. Vegas actually surprises me for Vegas because they could mark everything up.
Right. They jack everything
Yeah.
up everywhere you go. Premium beer, I'll tell you what that is in a second, was $16. They consider Modelo,
Mhm.
Michelob Ultra, Stella, Kona as premium options.
Definitely not buying those.
Yeah.
Like, Kona maybe. Like if those are my options, I'd probably pick a Kona, but
Just figure out highest ABV.
yeah, I might just go Coors Light at that point. And then they had a deluxe can, which I guess was like a larger Bud or Bud Light, and that was $16. And a premium can, which they didn't list what it was. I imagine it's Fake Craft, was $18.
Well, now I'm curious what that was.
Yeah, it doesn't say. It was weird. I'm guessing it's like Fake Craft, like Golden Road or Lagunitas or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
Right, yeah. Probably
Uh,
Lagunitas. That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Can we start a movement to get craft beer into stadiums, please?
Make craft again?
Yes.
Dodger Stadium did it for like a minute. I remember it's like pre-COVID, is like 2018 or something. They had one shop behind home plate, all craft and like real
Nice.
craft, not just Golden Road bullshit. And like at one point, Malibu Brewing, before they'd opened up their tap room, had
Nice.
gotten some cans in there, and I think even like 818 had gotten some cans in there. I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is great!"
Yes.
And it lasted like a season.
No.
Yeah, and now you can find like a smattering here and there. So.
I mean, we have a decent amount like at. I hate calling it AmFam Field because to me it's always going to be Miller Park.
Yeah, just call it Miller
But-
Park.
Miller Park, where the Brewers play. Terrapin made this huge deal with Miller Coors.
That's because they're owned by Miller Coors.
Well, yeah, exactly. So then there's actually a good amount of Terrapin shit throughout the stadium, and it's actually pretty solid.
Oh yeah.
Like their Luau Crunkles, it's Pog IPA.
Oh, you had me at
Mm.
Pog.
Super nuts. It's actually
Yeah.
super nuts. Then they also have like some Third Space, which is a local brewery downtown. They actually have a craft beer spot in right field somewhere, and you can go get like there's like 24 different craft beers throughout the city, and you can just waddle all the way around there. I mean, it's kind of a walk if you're not seated over there,
Yeah.
but there's a good amount of craft options at the park formerly known as Miller Park.
Yeah, we were in Missouri for my best friend's wedding, and we saw a hockey game and a baseball game while we were there, and they both had craft beer options. And it was like, what the heck?
Yeah, we could do this too. Petco Park, San Diego.
Okay.
Good beer selection there.
Well, it's San Diego.
I think they'd be fired and
Yeah, craft beer capital.
Yeah. The best is, and they do this like once or twice a year, they do a beer fest before the game, and it's like it's $5 a pour. And so we just, whenever we've been down there like 3 times for it, just by chance, one of which was our bachelorette party.
Ooh.
So we did that. You go and have some $5 really good local beers, get absolutely plastered, and then you don't have to pay stadium prices.
Not
You
a,
just-
not a single dollar.
yeah. You have 9 innings to pull your life together before you have to stumble home. It's
Good luck.
great.
Which that's my problem is I usually tie one on like pretty good before the game,
Mm-hmm.
And then my plan is not to buy a single beverage throughout the game.
But you have one.
I end up going with generous people who just leave and they come back and they hand me a beer.
Oh, those
I'm like, that's fucking great, but I'm trying to cool out here. Like,
Right.
I'm your ride home.
Oh, God.
Please stop feeding me alcohol.
One time after one of those beer fests at the Petco Park, we were leaving and we were walking. Wasn't a big deal. We were staying down there. And the cops had this like table set out to demonstrate how drunk you were and you didn't know it. And they're doing breathalyzer tests. Just like, hey, you want to, guess what your BAC is and then we'll test you. And so the wife walks up and she goes, I think I'm on the 09. And she blew in on the money, 09.
Wow.
And I walked up and I'm like, I'm feeling good, but not crazy. I was like, I'm going to say I'm like a 1-0. And I was like 1-9. It's like
Stop
almost
it right
double
now.
what I
Wow.
said. Guy goes, are you driving? I was like, no. And I wouldn't admit it if I was. I said, we're staying down here. Don't worry. And please don't arrest me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Good Lord.
yeah. Turns out I was hammered. Didn't know
It's
it.
really hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because, I mean, we'd have been drinking just slowly all day.
Hmm.
It's hard to, when you have like 4 beers in the evening, you kind of know where you are, or
Yeah.
3 beers, whatever it is. But when you're in San Diego, you're having a flight here and a flight there and a flight there. Then you're at the game, you have a couple beers or whatever. You really don't know where you are. I sure didn't.
Yeah.
Whoops. So good times.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, that's for sure. The most poured beer during the Super Bowl. Most poured beer. This year, light lager was down, but lager was up overall. Any guesses as to which beer was the most poured?
Modelo.
That's what I was going to say, but I hate saying the word because you all make fun of me.
Yeah, good guess. Modelo was second.
Okay.
First, Michelob Ultra.
Interesting.
So gross. Like, can't we have it like a Coors Light or a banquet beer or something? Like, Michelob Ultra is the fucking worst.
It's
Can't
just
do it.
super water.
It's just water. It's like rice water.
Yeah.
How many calories is in that?
I think it's like 90,
95?
right? 95? Less than
Yeah.
100.
It's like
So if
two
you-
carbs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like get something better because light lager is like 100-ish calories.
Sure.
Yeah, get something that tastes good.
It's got double the ABV.
Yeah.
And same price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get
Well,
a real
I
lager.
think even like they say a Miller Lite, I think has like 96 calories. So I think
Okay.
that's where like Michelob Ultra came in and was like, "Hey, well, we're gonna get
6
you."
less calories.
We're going to get you.
Yeah. So it's like 96 and then 95. So it's like booyah.
You can have that stick of gum now.
Get that Wrigley's going on. Yeah, what did I drink? Actually, it's funny. I think I had some Kona. We were over at Coley and Nick's house. Obviously, Nick was, in shambles. They had some Kona. They had some 805. I think I had some IPAs at one point. We didn't drink a terrible amount. Someone had to drive
Does
home.
Nick just drink out of nerves then?
That night, he absolutely was.
Like when the Packers went to the Super Bowl back in 2011, I was so nervous. I brought a 12-pack of Coors over to my parents' house where I went to watch the game,
Mm.
and
Did you jump on the chill train?
I was 8 beers deep by halftime. By the start of the fourth quarter, I had already finished my 12-pack, and I was digging into my brother's stash of MGD.
Ooh.
And needless to say that by the end of the game, when the Packers had won, I was in the front yard giving myself a beer shower as if I had just won the Super Bowl.
A la Stone Cold?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I was literally just pouring beer all over myself. I wasn't even like doing the cool drinking it and it's just pouring everywhere on me.
No.
No. And then long
That'd be
story
silly.
short, I threw up in my car on the way to work the next morning. So
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a fun night.
Good times.
that was great. We won.
Yeah.
It was great.
I wonder how Nick was the next day. He was pretty trash. I was fine. I think I had like 4 beers the entire game, like 1 per quarter. So
Wow. Mr.
Usher was good.
Mr. Pacer.
Yeah, well, I had to drive, Did you watch
10,
halftime
10
show?
minutes down the
Yeah.
road.
8. So, anywho.
Safety first.
Safety first, everybody.
I wasn't overly excited going into the halftime show. I thought it was
I
very
was.
well done. I was pretty pleased with it.
Yeah.
I was confused why Usher put his shirt back on.
I mean, yeah.
And
Keep it off.
Yeah, I mean, why would you do that?
Well, especially when you're Usher.
He's got a hard body. Give the people what they want,
Understatement of the year.
right? Come on.
And the man can roller skate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch?
That
Did you
was
like look it up
impressive.
afterwards or anything?
did.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
great halftime. I mean, that was like that was my jam back in the day. All that shit. So that was great.
Just like, what can't he do?
yeah,
Yeah.
We'll find out eventually. I saw Usher in concert one time. Somebody was like, "Hey, you want to come with me?" I was like, "Sure." How bad could it be? It's Usher. I like Usher. One of the best fucking shows I've ever seen.
Let's
Like
see,
he just never stops.
Whatever album he came out with that had "Oh My God" on it, my
Mhm.
wife went and saw him
Mhm.
when he was in town.
Probably about the same time.
Yeah, probably about the same time. She loved it, and I found out my brother-in-law went and saw him back in like 2004, and he said the show was awesome, but the cherry on top was that Kanye West was actually the opener for that 04 show.
Wow.
Oh,
When-
pre-crazy Kanye.
Well, yeah, pre anybody even knowing who Kanye was.
Right. That was
So
that was
it's-
even pre-Kanye's workout plan.
Right, so that was pretty neat.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
that was a good one.
That was like peak Kanye before he
It
went
was.
nuts.
It
Yeah.
was.
And then finally, happy birthday, Deb. Deb's birthday's this
Oh,
week.
happy birthday,
Happy
Deb. She's in
birthday,
Ireland,
Deb.
eh?
Yeah, top of the morning.
It is.
Yeah, they're
saw
having-
that.
They're having real Guinness.
Yeah.
They making out with the Blarney Stone.
Yes, exactly. Do you like Guinness, Monica?
I do.
Like regular, you can get it here in the States, Guinness?
Yeah. I've
All
not
right.
been to Ireland to
Dang.
try the good stuff yet,
Mm.
but I want to.
It's well documented how Flex and I feel about Guinness and our dislike for it. But I would absolutely try it
I mean,
there.
it's better than Michelob.
Well,
I don't
Like
know.
I'll
That's
take
just
Guinness over
debatable.
Michelob.
yeah, I'll take it over.
I mean, there's more flavor to
Mickey.
it.
There is more flavor to it. I'll give you that. You know what I have a hard time with is a lot of nitro beers. For the most part,
Some people just don't like nitro.
it's the texture on my tongue.
Yeah.
I have.
It's soft.
It's weird. Yeah, I want the bubbles,
Yeah.
and so Guinness doesn't do it for me.
I don't know. See,
You
and I
like the
expect
Crispies.
Yeah,
I expect Guinness to be packed with a lot of flavor. The way people talk about it, like my friend drinks it because he says it's like alcoholic chocolate milk,
It is not.
No, not at all.
and I think
Your
it's
friend
just
is
terrible.
wrong. You should let him know.
I don't get chocolate at all from
Mm.
Guinness.
Roasty, toasty.
Roasty, toasty, dry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a fan.
yeah, me same.
Ugh.
Well, let's move on. Let's check the old mailbox and see who's left a voicemail.
Hello, no one is available to take your call.
I
Please
wo-
leave a
I
message
wonder who
after
this
the tone.
is.
Good day, mate. This is Chew's Aussie cousin, Chew Your Roo from Australia, mate. So guess what? I'm calling in to review a brew, Foster's Australian for beer. Now, this beer is very good and it's also a deterrent. What does it deter? Dingoes. No more dingoes taking your babies. A dingo sees this can. The can is very big, so it scares the dingoes. And there's no dingoes taking your babies. Also, a great food pairing with Foster's is shrimp on the barbie. That's right, mate. Shrimp on the barbie with your Foster's is the perfect pairing of you and beating up dingoes before you take your baby. All right, my friends, this is Chew Your Roo calling in from Australia, mate. And I'll talk to you next time. As Chew says, peace, dingo.
Well,
Thanks for the
that
long
was
distance call.
extremely interesting.
It was something.
Another
I've actually
Seinfeld
heard they don't even
reference.
have Foster's
Mm-hmm.
in Australia.
They don't?
That's what I've heard.
Oh. I don't think I've
It's
ever
all a
had
lie.
one. Have you ever had a Foster's?
Mm-mm.
I don't think I have.
No.
We have the big single cans at work.
Oh, so you've had one or 8.
I haven't had one yet.
Oh, okay.
They're
It's only a matter of
intimidating.
time.
Well,
yeah.
You know, I
We
go
should have
for
a
the-
Foster's episode.
Come on.
And then we'll be forced to talk in Australian accents the whole time. It'll be really
no,
bad.
we can't do accents.
No, we've
We
banned
have
ourselves.
sworn to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
There's even a whole show.
A
that we
lost
can't-
show.
The lost show we can't put on air.
Yeah.
So bad.
So bad. And it's not even like offensive. It's just
No,
bad.
it's just bad.
Yeah. Good times.
I wish it was offensive, then it
Yeah.
would be like worth something, but it's just terrible.
You're not wrong. It's really bad. All right. Before we get on to some news, let's answer one of the more important questions of the night.
In a world where craft beer is king, a world
Keeping
where
it a
muscles
mystery.
are bigger than growlers, only one tongue can guide us. One man, one tongue, one tongue jobber.
Oh yeah.
In this world,
Oh, there it is.
we
Yeah,
must find
I forgot.
out
Still wearing
what
clothes, too.
is Flex drinking.
At least it's like a skin color shirt almost.
I can imagine.
Any weasels. Tonight, the answer to the most important question. Flex is drinking Definitive Brewing Company's Particles. I've heard of Definitive. I've never seen their stuff. Saw it at my shop, and I said, hey, we'll give them a shot. So they are out of Portland, Maine. Not to be confused with Portland, Oregon.
Sure.
Untapped has this at a 4.15 at over 6,000 check-ins, an 8.3% ABV with, get this, 65 IBUs. They actually took time to list their IBUs. It says Particles is an 8.3% double dry hopped double IPA with Citra, Simcoe, and Topaz, rocking a similar hop profile to Definitive Ale, don't know what that is, but with extra horsepower. Give me them horses!
Wow.
This hop saturated beer tastes and smells like ripe fruit orchards, kiwi peels and lemon sorbet. I tell you what, this is definitely oversaturated with hops. It is very oily. It is very lingering on the old tongue jobber. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
It's raining hops.
So on the old schnoz, definitely get like the lemon sorbet, like that citrusy. It's not even like the peel either. It's like citrus flesh, the juices squeezing out. It's very nice. And as saturated as it is with the hops, it's not super present, like that green aroma, very, very fresh. Just a lot of nice citrus on there. So we'll warm up the old tongue jobber.
Here we go.
That's what's crazy is it actually tastes like kiwi.
Oh.
Like it's mind blowing. I was drinking this and I didn't read the description before. It just tasted different. And then reading that and putting it together kind of blows my fucking mind. The IBUs, the 65, they are there. This is like half Juice Bomb, half West Coast without like the maltiness.
Nice.
So I feel like this is a super well done beer. I hate not having well done beers.
Don't we all?
The can art, if you can see, it's all like particle-y, electronic-y, like an atom kind of thing.
Nice and nerdy.
Kind of nerdy. Kind of caught my eye. Definitive in big letters on the can. It's just, I don't know. It reeled me in. 8.32. You can't go wrong with that. I think this was like, correct me if I'm wrong, which you can't because you don't know, but like $17.99 for the 4-pack.
All right. Hey, you're wrong.
So, I'd say it is pretty algorithm worthy.
Dig it.
It passes.
Nice. It's a good looking beer too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Shame on me for not even
good color to
Nice
it.
and hazy.
Really
It's
nice.
hazy,
And
but
look
it's
at
not
it keep
chunky.
the head. Like,
it's nice lacing
that's all that's
too.
left of the beer, and it's still got some head to it.
Yeah.
So
Pretty good.
I would say pretty good.
Nice. I dig it. All right, let's talk a little news before we head up out of here. Sierra Nevada has named its next CEO. They've tapped Price Greenow as their next leader. He comes from Beam Suntory, so he's used to the spirits world. This is an interesting one. The BA, the Brewers Association, announced a couple weeks ago that they lost money last year and finances are not maybe as good as they have been in the past. And then this week they announced that they're putting Homebrew Con on hiatus and will do some homebrew events at GABF instead. So
Interesting.
Which I think is kind of makes sense. Really. Like, I don't see why have two different events when GABF is supposed to be such a huge fucking event.
Yeah.
Bring it all into one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. We were there. There was more space.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It's like giving GABF
Easy for you to say.
the Swedish made penis enlarger. You know?
Uh-huh.
Just make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it's exactly what that is. For those who are looking forward to some Coors Light, the Fort Worth Coors employees have decided to strike over talks that aren't going well. So no fresh Coors coming your way. Monica looks real sad.
They'll drink the
Heartbroken.
Mich Ultra.
Yeah, can tell. Flex, how about a list?
I love lists.
The drunkest NFL fans this season ranked.
Ooh.
I think Green Bay. We only came back at like a 7.
Actually, you nailed it. 7.
Yeah, it's kind of lame.
Yeah. Any guesses on the top of the list or anything? Any teams you hate?
Not that I hate, but I
Yeah.
would think the Raiders.
Yes, number 9,
Yeah.
Raiders. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
because
tracks.
Vegas, man. You're already
Right.
there to drink.
And Raiders fans are rowdy, let's be honest.
Yeah.
They're not subtle.
They're
But they're
probably some of
not
the worst people
Top 5.
in the world,
Not
actually.
top 5. Yeah. I wish I could disagree with you.
It's
Is
like,
it somewhere cold because you have to drink to keep warm?
Ooh.
so
I-
I do
I
know
guess
what
it gets
number
cold
1
there.
is, and I don't want to ruin it.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm not going to read the whole list. I'll go from 15 down. Number 15, and I'll do the team and the BAC average. That's the Broncos, and their average is 07. So, not drunk.
Staying under the limit.
Yeah. Same with the 49ers, number 14 at 0.07 as well. Moving up a little bit.
Was that before or after the Super Bowl?
I'm sure it was before. Nick
I'm
brought
sorry.
that average up.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was uncalled for.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
mean to do that.
Yeah. Can I mute your? Yeah, I can mute your mic from
You
here.
can mute
Perfect.
me.
Yeah. Next is the Seahawks at an 0.73. The Browns also at an 0.73. Number 11, the Buccaneers at an 0.74. I expected more drunkenness out of Florida fans, but
But Tampa's
know.
like north. Like, no, that's Jacksonville. They're like central. Yeah.
yeah. Number 10, Rams at an 0.75. 9, like we said, the Raiders 0.78. 8, the Patriots also at a 7.8, as well as the Packers at number 7 and the Dolphins at number 6. Moving up at number 5 are the Saints at an 0.79. Finally, someone getting drunk. Number 4, the Falcons at an 0.8.
They're terrible.
The Falcons?
Yeah, so that's why everybody's drinking.
Yeah. It was a rough season for them.
My husband's favorite team is the Falcons. and
Really?
It is awful.
That must be heartbreaking.
It
Is that
is.
like a childhood thing of his? Or
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably
Still needs
'cause of the
therapy.
it's because of the red helmets. I get it. I feel the same way.
Nothing like some red helmets. Number 3, the Colts at an 0.85. Number 2, Steelers.
Oh,
And-
I thought they were number 1.
No, at an 0.88. And the number 1 drunkest team last year.
Oh, wait. Now I got to guess.
And the average is an 0.93.
Last year.
Well, this most recent
Okay,
season.
this most recent season. Jets fans?
Nope, not the Jets. Any guesses?
Vikings?
No. I was surprised. The Vikings are actually pretty far down on the list. I figured it's cold. They'd
It's really cold there.
Yeah, they're 25. Number 1, Tennessee Titans.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
they had some rough
They did have a rough year.
goings.
Yeah.
Yeah, some injuries and yeah. So
Terrible play. Terrible
yeah.
ownership.
now I'd love to see the BAC level of Niners fans after the Super Bowl.
Definitely number
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
rough day.
But not a Super Bowl podcast.
No, even though we spent half the time talking about beer and pizza at the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, it's a beer podcast.
And pizza now.
Pizza is just great with beer,
It's the
a
perfect
great
pairing.
pairing,
Yeah.
I did have some Detroit style pizza today. I don't know if you've ever.
I don't even know what that means.
What is
It's-
that?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
It's like.
Do you get mugged on while
it's
you
like
take a bite? Or?
rectangular in shape.
Oh, it's like that
Okay.
Little Caesars like triangle or not rectangles pizza. thing?
Yeah,
Is
and
it
it's
thin
like
crust or thick crust?
no, it's like thicker. It's like not like
Okay.
Not
Yeah, it's
deep
like-
dish, but
it's not deep dish, but it's like that thicker crust, like that fluffier.
okay.
It was really fucking good. Like I
I'd
didn't
try
think
it.
I was going to enjoy it. It was
I'd give it a
really
shot.
good.
I think I talked about this already. I had some really good pizza a couple weeks ago. It was the buffalo chicken pizza.
Well, that's
Oh,
Mm,
just
yeah.
the best.
yeah.
how could it not be good?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. We'll end it on this one because I just love the headline. Drunk driving suspect arrested at Russell Stover's Chocolates. A drunk driving suspect was arrested with a vape pen and marijuana at Russell Stover's Chocolates in Wildwood. Ashley Martinez, 35 of Wearsdale, was driving, we don't care, was driving a car when she got caught traveling at 50 miles per hour in a 40 mile per hour zone. A traffic stop was initiated in the Russell Stover's parking lot. Canine unit was summoned to the scene. Talk about overdoing it. A canine unit was summoned to the scene and the dog alerted on the vehicle, signaling the likely presence of drugs. It also appeared that Martinez had been drinking. She struggled through field sobriety exercises and provided breath samples that registered a point,
Furger. What's a furger?
a .116 and a .121. A search of the vehicle turned over 2.4 grams of marijuana, a vape pen, and a brownish colored liquid that tested positive for THC, and cut straws with a residue of amphetamines. She was arrested, blah, blah, blah. The way this was written was awful. It's like an old white dude wrote this thing.
Just shocked it wasn't like a Florida article.
2.4 grams of marijuana. I just love that she was stone drunk and they found her at a Russell Stover store.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, where else are you going to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I'm going to get a burrito. That's where I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
She just must love chocolate when she's drinking and high.
Yeah, man.
I mean, people have their snacks.
Yeah, like when the wife and I definitely don't dabble, I'm more on the ice cream side of the fence, and she wants some fucking chips.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm a nacho cheese at any time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dabble or otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just nacho cheese across the board.
Nacho cheese all the time.
Now, do you want nacho cheese flavored chips or do you want actual nacho cheese?
Like the terrible nacho cheese.
Like Doritos. Oh no! Oh, you want the plasticky
like
gas station goop?
No, like Taco Bell.
Okay.
Nacho cheese.
That's pretty good stuff.
It's pretty good.
Like
It's still terrible.
It will sit in your fucking intestines for like 3 weeks, I think, minimum.
Ooh, perfect.
Yeah.
Anything at Taco Bell minimally stays in your system
it's getting
for
pushed out.
3 hours.
Pushed out. Yeah.
But that just turns into like plastic. Like it mixes with
It's
saliva
terrible.
and becomes plastic.
It's the worst.
But it's
Still
so
love
good.
it.
Yeah. I used to order just the cheese and pour it on whatever other food I was
Ooh,
ordering.
okay.
That's pretty brilliant.
It's pretty fat. Like
Well, I guess they're coming out with like chicken nuggets now at Taco Bell. I don't know if you've seen the news.
I'm not a chicken at Taco Bell person.
Yeah, I think
feel
I'll
like
pass.
You're gonna have to try them anyway with the nacho cheese.
That's true. You could dunk them in some nacho cheese. Yeah.
No?
I feel like this is a
No.
lane that Taco Bell didn't need to drive down.
I'm like a nacho cheese, but with tacos and like,
Yeah.
Taco
They
Bell
did like a
food,
whole
not
announcement like Apple does every year.
you know, that was pretty awesome.
But one
I
more
love
thing.
that they have a convention, like an E3 convention, to be like, this is what food's coming out at Taco Bell.
Is it only a Taco Bell convention?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
way.
they had
and
whole
they
thing.
came out.
Wow.
They announced like 14 new items to the menu, which is great because they took a bunch of shit off during the pandemic.
Oh yeah, a lot of restaurants did.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it seems like they would bring something back or bring in something new that was really good. And you're like, oh, I liked that. And then you go back to get it. And they're like, oh yeah, we don't have that anymore.
Oh,
It's like, but you
They
you were just had it, and I was here 3 days ago,
Like,
and you had
oh.
it. Where did it go? Oh, we don't do that
No.
anymore.
Oh, I legit haven't had Taco Bell in probably a decade. Do they sell the Crunch Wrap Supreme?
They do.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
that thing
do.
was so fucking good.
Yeah, that's all I order from there.
I used to work at McDonald's, and down like a block away was Taco Bell.
Mhm.
And we sort of like one guy ended up working at both places at one point, so we sort of became friends
is
back
that
and
allowed?
forth.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Yeah, he didn't.
Like
he
working
signed his
for
NDA and couldn't go work
working
at
for
Taco Bell.
competition.
Yeah, but we would call them like, "Hey guys, you want to do a swap?" They'd be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
So we'd they'd get all their burgers, we get all our horrible Taco Bell, and we'd pick somebody to drive it down there, and yeah, it's good times.
Yes.
Maybe get stoned in the fridge. You know,
Well,
what else?
I have to let
Yeah.
you. Well, I have to let you know now. When I worked for the local grocery chain,
Uh-huh.
it was against the rules to have like a second job. Like if you had 2 jobs part time, to work for like a competitor grocery store.
Oh.
And if
What were they
they
going to do?
found-
Fire you?
Yes.
There's no way they can
So
fire
like
you for that.
if you were quitting, like say you put your 2-week notice in and they got wind that you were going to like the local independent chain, they would bring security in and have you escorted out the building.
Fuck off. No way.
Not even kidding you. They wouldn't even let you finish out your 2 weeks.
Like
Wow.
you're
They-
working at some bank or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's spiteful.
They're afraid you're going to walk out with a tub of Oreos or something?
telling you.
what's-
It's the worst company you probably could anybody could have probably worked for. 4 hours into my new job, I realized how terrible the last 15 and a half years of my life were.
Like, my job's not that bad. And you get a new job, like, oh.
I tell people now, it's like, I actually lived a lie. People would be like, oh, how do you like your job? And I would always tell them, oh, I love my job. You know, sometimes it just gets stressful and you
Yeah.
deal with the stress and blah, 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 blah. No, fucking hated it. Absolutely hated it. What a waste of time. I still have friends, who work for the company, and just hearing shit that they have to say, it just makes me so glad that I did what I did and finally had the balls to be done with it. It's great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Good.
Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
But yeah, just the whole competitor thing. It's a real thing.
That's
it's a real,
crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's a real thing.
I don't know about out there, but in California, it's really hard to like hold up a non-compete clause. They almost,
people can't
yeah,
survive without 2 jobs, so good
Right.
luck.
like they're kind of a joke out here. People try to enforce them, and then they just get sued for it, basically. And
Yeah.
Interesting.
yeah,
Welcome to California.
we get sued for everything out here.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Anyways, not a California show.
No.
I guess it kind of is. All right, let's hit some music and get up on out of here. I'm gonna say hi to Vanessa.
Oh,
Hi, Vanessa.
hello, Vanessa.
Word on the street, she's coming out to California soon.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah, she's gonna get sued while she's out here. Find us.
Make sure you ice her.
Ooh,
yes.
yes.
God damn, you're a genius.
Yep.
Yeah. Should have said that off air. She listens.
Probably.
so.
Hey, you know what we're not gonna do? We're definitely not gonna ice her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it out. Cut it out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Cut. Edit point. Because you know, whenever I say edit point, it definitely gets taken out.
Definitely.
Every
Every
time.
time.
Yeah. Find us at craftbeerrepublic.com, at craftbeerrepublic, at flexmebeer_ in between. Monica is at Momo Agogo on the gram. Did I get it right that time?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. And of course, Pedals and Pints on the gram and socials as well. Or Pedals and Pints Brewing, right? And then Pedals and Pints Brewing.com. And go try the new fucking sour and coffee beer. I'm so excited for both of those.
Yes.
I think that's everything. Yeah. Hope everyone out there is staying very well hydrated, and I promise on the next show to not have a sour so I can talk normally.
And on that note,
And good night, everybody.